Hello YouTube. Let's take a tip from the world around us. Lessons learned from the longest shutdown in U.S. history. Part 1. Live below your means. And for more affluent people, easier to accomplish than for those less affluent. However, it's a very un-American idea, isn't it? Savings. Ideally, at least 6 months of your total expenses. America, we're a consumeristic culture. One of the drawbacks of consumerism, spending, appearances, is that you just blow money away. Again, balancing long-term payoffs to immediate gratification. You can cut corners when you are in a crisis. When they found themselves in a crisis, they found ways to add money that they didn't know existed and to make ends meet with far less, with nothing coming in. Are poor with their money. That's not what I'm saying. It's an American problem. Most people have a minimal savings account. If they get a raise, they spend it. If they get a better job, they spend it. Rather than having that situation wind up as having more, we just slowly modify our life to live up to the means that we make. Depending what your situation is, it can be easier or harder to set aside a safety net. But you never know what's going to happen. Whether you are one paycheck away from disaster, one car breakdown away from disaster, or you are affluent, making good money, the shutdown is an example. It can happen to anyone. You could have a medical issue come up. Anything can happen at any time. Sense of stress, knowing that we are one from financial ruin. You need to have a safety net. Over time, you accumulate at minimum 6 months worth of expenses. The minimal discomfort in your day-to-day existence by reducing your spending, going in, getting coffees, going out to eat, cook more at home. Little things go a long way. Saving up your change, direct deposits, loopholes, cut corners, find out what it is that you are making, and live a little below your means, and think practically and creatively about how to make a little more bank. Safety net can be the difference between falling off the map in a crisis and finding yourself fine on the other side. It's doable and critical. Anything can happen at any time. Set aside savings. A little forethought. One less cappuccino. A date night at home can be the difference between falling off the map and maintaining. Don't wait for the shit to hit the fan to try and come up with a backup plan. Live below your means. make savings. It's more necessary than you think, no matter how little or how much you make, but you do know ahead of time that anything is possible. So figure out your budget, capitalistic ideas. Don't think because you are well off that you will never be not well off. And if you are not well off, don't think there are not ways for you to dollar up your savings slowly but surely. You have enough to bridge the gap. Discomfort you notice today will be, and it's actually profitable, because once you learn to live below your means and you have plenty in savings, you start to develop all these little tricks, and the security in knowing that will be hugely relieving, even if you never have to tap it. Practical matters. Preparation. Security. And a little thought. Lesson number 1 by YouTube.